2009 has been a remarkable year for us all. One of Afghanistan's true musical legends has arrived here for his upcoming tour of Australia. I, Sutara Arian, would like to proudly introduce you to the gentleman with the golden voice, Mr. Ehsan Aman.
بر دلم مزن خنجر عشق آزردم دیگر بس چون برگ پاییز از دوری افسردم دیگر بس من کوه دردم موسم سردم پژمردم دیگر بس در
Mr. Aman, a big welcome to you in Australia. So far you've been to Sydney and now in Melbourne. How's Australia treating you?
Oh, it's such a great feeling, you know. It's like, you know, I have to move here.
You have to move here, I think so.
I've been showered with so much love and concern and affection and everything. It's so uplifting.
I'm sure many of your fans in Australia would like to find out some more information about you, since you've had a major impact upon the music of Afghanistan. And on behalf of all Afghans, I'd like to thank you for taking...
Oh, thank you very much. I should thank you that the opportunity is given to me to be here, and it's such a great feeling.
You're very welcome, and you've taken the music of Afghanistan to a different level.
Hopefully. I mean, we'll just leave it up to our audience, you know, what they would say, but so far, I mean, we've been trying so hard to elevate, you know, the standard a little bit.
Could you please tell me at what age did you leave Afghanistan and why?
I was, at that time I was 19 years old when I left Afghanistan, because I had quite a following in Afghanistan when I was 19 years old. I used to sing in national TV and radio, and at that time, whatever the government was, I mean, they're forcing us to do like a pro-regime, you know, pro-communist, you know, kind of material, which was not, you know, favorable to our, you know, style of music, whatever.
Yeah.
And then that's why they put us under so much pressure. Finally, there wasn't any way for us to. It didn't make any sense to actually live in Afghanistan no more, and then we had to come out and be here. We ended up in Australia.
In Australia. Okay, that's fantastic. So, at what age did you get involved in the music industry?
Oh, as long as I remember, my father used to travel a lot because he was in charge of this big construction company, and he used to travel a lot. And then from one of his trips, he brought an accordion for me. At that time, I was like 5 years old.
Yeah.
And then he started teaching me because he was a good musician at that time as well. And then trained, especially, you know, some serious voice training. Mm-hmm. But my first solo concert was when I was 9 years old.
9 years old, such a young age. What was your audience like?
Audience, well, I mean, pretty much like, I mean, in Afghanistan, as long as we remember, even with the big pop singers, we were actually more like listening audience, not the rock and roll type, you know, like, woo, yeah, we love you. No, not that type of.
How many people did you have in your first concert?
I would say a good 400 or 500 people.
500 people at 9 years old? Wow, so I'm sure you're expecting a big crowd in Australia.
But it should have been more, but
Well,
but this is yeah. No, at that time, well, the music had a different effect on people. You know, they were more responsive to concerts and stuff like that. Yeah.
Good start. Good start. But what about your family? Did they encourage you? Did they support you?
Actually, like I said, my father was. He loved music so much. I mean, however, it wasn't his profession, but he was a very, very good robot player. You know, the Afghani traditional instrument. Then he taught me, you know, professionally how to sing. You know.
Okay, so your father.
Yeah. Actually, when he was in the United States, he studied engineering, but at the side he was taking voice lessons. So he basically, you know, transferred that knowledge to me, and then, yeah.
Well, you're very lucky then. In that case, I mean, you've had your parents support
You
you.
know, as you may know, I mean, he didn't want me to become a singer, you know, because it was traditionally it wasn't a good thing to be a singer, and we all the artists in Afghanistan faced that because being in music business wasn't a good thing actually.
But I'm sure if he sees you today, he'll be very proud of your achievement.
Oh yeah, he's like, you know, I mean, he's not a prejudiced person, you know, that or a strict person when it comes to music. But it was socially, it wasn't seen as a good thing, you know, to be a singer. He said, no, you have to educate yourself first, and then you get into music later or something as a hobby, you know.
Yeah. So what instruments do you play now then?
I'm not very good in anything. Like I can play guitar, I can play tabla, I can play sitar, harmonium, piano, just a little bit, just to find my way out, you know. I'm not good as the keyboard player that you saw on the stage. I'm not as good as that, or the saxophone player. I'm not as good as that.
But you
him.
still have knowledge.
At least I know. Nobody can fool me, you know.
No.
If they press the wrong button or something.
So
Wrong key or
through
something.
yes. So throughout your life, who's been your musical inspirations? Who inspired you?
I mean, there has been lots of people along the way. I mean, well, first off, Muhammad Rafi, you know, the very famous singer in India. God bless his soul. He was. I really followed his style. I loved the way he was singing and stuff. And then later on, of course, Ahmad Zohair was the big influence among, you know, on most of the youth in Afghanistan. He was a big, huge sensation for the.
Yeah, I think for everybody.
And inspiration for the singers and artists and all that.
I think for everybody.
Yeah,
our
yeah,
audience, our
yeah.
singers, everyone.
Right. And then I got into more like probably during the last 10 years or 8 years, I got into more hardcore stuff, more classical music and ghazal, and also jazz and blues. You know, as we migrated, you know, to the United States, and we were exposed to so many materials out there.
Styles.
Yeah, different styles. Yes.
Excellent. So, do you write your own music? Do you compose your own music?
Mostly yes, but I still prefer to have somebody to do all that work for me, because it's so overwhelming to write your own material and then record it. It's you know, I just want to sing, you know. I mean, so pretty much if anything comes along the way and it sounds good, I'm willing to sing, you know, as long as it suits my style. And yeah.
But any of your past songs, have you written any of them?
Oh yeah. I mean, most of my, like, for instance, people might know that most of the hit songs that I have, well, the first two songs that I sang in national TV and radio was actually sort of a cover tune from Indian movies, actually.
Oh, okay.
But then I had another hit CD, like I recorded in the United States on around 84 or 85.
Yeah.
And I wrote most of the material, like Musafir, people should know, Shami Tira, Shuri Day Ozurda Dile Besaran. These are the songs that, you're right, yeah. And Musafir, actually, the Musafir, since everybody at that time when that collection came out, was a thing of the day, because everybody lost somebody, you know. Everybody was Musafir, means somebody is on in a trip or stranger. So that song became a really big hit at that time.
And that's good. So you do write your own stuff as
Yeah,
well.
most of my CDs are my, like echoes from the past. Like around, I mean, it has probably 11 songs or something, but
Yes.
out of that, probably 6 or 7 of them from Sahar collection CD was at least 9 of them were mine, and Blue Moods.
Yes. Yes.
Blue Moods, most of them are mine.
Your own
Yeah,
composers
more
or-
composers, yeah. But I still prefer for someone, a good songwriter, to write songs for me and play music for me.
Definitely.
But but the only thing the Afghan community is that you're not an artist. The artist should do everything. They consider a good artist consider a person a good artist that he does everything. But that's not true.
That's not true,
Yeah, but I mean, you see, I mean, Frank Sinatra and all like Elvis or.
Yeah.
I mean, these people they had composers for them to write all the
just
time.
have to,
Like
because-
from India, that we are actually basically most of our music is inspired by Indian classical music. They have never Muhammad Rafi never wrote his
His own music.
but the music, I mean, a singer or a vocalist shouldn't get into that, because it takes away time.
That's it. And your concentration of what you should be doing. Yeah. Okay. So do you think you've achieved your dreams in the field of music, or do you
No.
feel like there's more to do?
I'm so behind.
I wouldn't say that.
Look,
Yeah.
Sutara Jan, I want to take the Afghan music beyond the beyond the borders of Afghanistan. So far, our Afghan music has been totally dedicated for the Afghan community, and I know it's good, and I appreciate all the efforts that has been put into this
into it, yeah.
cause. But no, we have to take it out. We have to let other communities know that we have such a good music and everything, and we have to and it kind of fuse into like other styles, so it'll be more digestible for other communities. For instance, for the American crowd, if you sing typical like Afghani, they will say, "Oh, what is this?" But if you a little bit mix it with jazz and blues, or rock or something like that, they'll probably receive it well, better than if it was just a hardcore Afghan music. So far, Afghan music it's been a thing of the museum. You know, we are the antique, collection somewhere in the mountains.
Yeah.
But no, Afghan music has so much potential to come out as a very strong element, in the art community.
So in what other areas do you want to see Afghan music improve?
That's a very interesting topic,
Yeah.
as well as a very deep topic. Maybe we can go on with this, but
But the main points that you want to see.
like I said, we have to fuse into the world music as an Afghan, as Afghan music,
Yeah.
but fused with other styles, and we have to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to get out, because we always support the Indians, we always support the Iranians, we always support the Westerners, but nobody comes to our concert. I mean, our concert is just Afghans, but we have to. One day, I want to see that our music has like an international audience there.
But would you be surprised if I tell you that in Melbourne we've sold so many tickets that are non-Afghans?
No way, really?
Yes,
Hey, that's a step up,
It's a step up for, I think, for our music, our industry, and of course, I'm sure for yourself.
Yeah.
You've got so much potential. Why not get it out there?
I'm trying. So far, sometimes I've been cursed, or not cursed, basically blamed for changing the format of Afghan music, and I'm trying new things because it's against our culturalness. But I don't think I'm doing such a wrong.
That's a good thing for us, to explore different styles and make new music, step out of the square.
I played in some of these jazz clubs.
Yeah.
We played jazz music, but Farsi, language,
Yes.
and they loved it.
Yeah.
And then they said it's so beautiful. We don't have to know the meaning of the lyrics, So music is such a vast thing that it doesn't have to be in a certain language, Yeah. Some of these people say, hey, it's not Afghan music, but oh well, they might be right, but I'll keep trying,
Step out of the square.
Yeah.
Step out of the
I mean,
square.
maybe it's such a bad thing.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's the best
Yeah.
thing that you've done. Yes. So what about your song Khanjar? What inspired you to make that? Because that's so
Because I
different.
love jazz.
Yes.
I you don't know how much I love jazz.
Yeah.
Especially the slow jazz. It might be boring for some people, but I love the way they try, these exotic chords, chord progressions, and movements, and it has been my dreams one day to be in a jazz club and sing there.
Yeah.
So I love jazz music, and I wrote this song based on that kind of arrangement. So,
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
It's very different. It's a shift away from our
Yeah,
traditional
I know. It's
Afghan music.
بر دلم مزن خنجر عشق آزردم دیگر بس چون برگ پاییز از دوری افسردم دیگر بس من من کوه دردم موسم سردم پژمردم دیگر بس است در پای نازم دست تمنا آوردم دیگر بس است. چشمان مستم محو تماشاست ای شوره شهر سویم بیا از جام چشم افسونگر تو می خوردم دیگر بس است. آیت ریگال ها شو موج دریا رسوای رسوا سویم بیا من کوه دردم موسم سردم پژمردم دیگر بس است. بر دلم مزن خنجر عشق آزردم دیگر بس است.
Just wondering, which one of your songs has a personal meaning to you, and in what way?
Most of my CDs that I came up with, it reflects my psychological or my mood at that time, basically. Yeah. Sahar CD was actually dedicated for my wife, basically. That's why it's a little bit romantic. Yeah. And then Blue Moods means blue moods. Yeah, it's like you're down and depressed. You know, that time I was really depressed, you know, about life, you know, how life was treating me. So it was kind of like bluesy and ghazal, you know. Mm-hmm. And Echoes from the Past is basically a bunch of songs that I wrote back then in Afghanistan. Mm-hmm. And then I just wanted to remix it and rearrange it. Heartbeat is basically a project that was meant for high energy music. Yes. That I wanted to dedicate it for the young crowd. Yes, so basically, you know, all my CDs were actually a reflection of my mood at the whatever moment that I was recording it and making it, you know. And it's kind of all of them. To answer your question, is all. I mean, they all. If you listen to the CDs, then you can find out what I was speaking about. So it kind of like indirectly speaks about my, you know, my mood.
Okay. So which one of your songs do you think it would have to be your favorite out of all of them?
Well, I mean, no matter what, my first song at the radio television that I did a long time ago was actually the favorite. Every time I sing that, it just, you know, it just brings so much memory and so much emotions, you know.
Yeah.
That, and then lately, O Khanum, you know, O Khanum, O Khanum Waqt Ki Mir. That song is like received, yeah. It is composed by our big maestro, by Ustad Zaland.
Yeah.
He is a well-known, God bless soul. He died like a few months ago.
Oh, okay.
But he was a great songwriter as well as a good singer, as amazing singer. And in India, they used to call him the golden voice.
Yeah.
He had such a great voice, but on the side he was a great songwriter. So it's his composition. That he gave it to me when he was alive. He said, you know, and then after such a long time, I had one of the mega hits. You know, I think O Khanum has become really.
I think it's one of the biggest songs.
Every time I sing it differently. So if you hear O Khanum, like every time you hear it, it's like a different version of it. It's such a powerful song. You know, it makes me do improvisations and change the lyrics a little bit. You know, here and there, because it's such an open lyrics that you can change things around with it.
While you're in America, you stopped music for about 12 years, I heard. And what was the reason behind that?
When I got married, I mean, I give her the right. My wife was a little bit protective as far as whom I'm be associating, because I had such a lavish life, you know, lifestyle before that, and she just wanted to sort of take me away from that. And then after 12 years, I came back when she gave me the green light, basically, and she was. As a matter of fact, we really hit a very sharp financial dip, you know, that we had to go to music. We didn't have any choice. At that time, the job situation was very, very bad in the United States. So I started music as I would say as a moneymaker thing, you know, but then it became like so big, you know, that overwhelming that I had to leave the actual job, you know.
Yes.
And then
what job were you doing?
I'm a civil engineer / architect, and I worked as an architect and civil engineer for 12 years. And now I'm a musician. I love music. I wish I studied music. I wish I played music for that 12 years.
If you had, did you miss it while you were away from it? Did you?
Engineering? No.
Music. While you were away for 12 years, did you actually miss it?
That's that's my that it flows in my veins. You know, music.
That's what I thought. How could you not?
That means how much I love my wife. You know.
So you've been touring the world for so long now.
Yes.
What's been your most memorable moment, and which country do you think has been the most memorable?
I don't want to say it because I'm here in front of you or in front of the camera just to prove that, you know, prove something. But Australia's been the best, yeah. Especially right here. I mean, it's like being in a vacation. I mean, look at the beauty and everything. It's beautiful, and also people have been so great here, so appreciating, you know. Yeah. So I would say, I mean, I went to Europe and Dubai and United States. I mean, I love United States, but you know, then it becomes, you know, when you live somewhere, it becomes more, you know, like very familiar, and then you don't, yeah. But as far as like beyond the United States, Australia has been so kind to me so far.
Would you consider coming back to Australia for another
Definitely.
tour? Yeah.
Like I said, I want to move here.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Aman, I really wish you a great time in Australia and successful shows in Sydney, Melbourne and Perth. And I thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for everything and doing such a great job. And as far as organizing this whole tour and being such a good company as far as, you know, being so kind to us. And then I'll definitely remember that, and hopefully we'll see you again, you know, on some other tours and stuff.
Definitely, it's been a pleasure having you here in Australia, and thank you so much.